Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Indiana is more likely to legalize marijuana now that it's been federally rescheduled, says their governor. I'll put a link to this article in the description for the video. Indiana Governor Mike Braun has signaled a growing willingness to legalize marijuana, noting that the Hoosier state is, quote, surrounded by states that have legalized the drug to some degree. Maybe the governor wants to do a little research on what's happening in some of those states. I'm going to do what makes sense, Braun told reporters Tuesday. I've said law enforcement will be important. I've been talking to them, and now the amount of traffic that crosses the border, it's noticeable. So all of that will be taken into consideration. Illinois, Michigan, and Ohio allow recreational use, while Kentucky has authorized medicinal. President Donald Trump's administration this week rescheduled medical marijuana, subject to a state license, to a less restrictive category, but kept recreational use in the list of drugs with the highest potential for abuse. But the administration has also kicked off an expedited administrative hearing process to consider that classification. We don't have a position, Witzel said of marijuana legalization. Emmy Witzel is the vice president of Impact and Evaluation in Indiana. This is purely informative. We know there have been so many conversations about potentially changing our marijuana policies. It's so complex and it's sometimes hard to get really good data and really good information about it. Hey, you want data? Give me a call. I'll tell you what's really going on. The Hoosier state is one of 10 states that hasn't legalized medical marijuana, let alone recreational. Buckle up, people in Indiana. You're about to get a rude awakening. Here's the icing on the cake. But legalization could bring in $180 million in tax revenue annually by the fifth year, research is estimated. Here you go. This is what it's really about. It's about the money. It just simply is. If they cared about, legalizing marijuana, they'd have done it years ago. They've just figured out they can make a boatload of money off of this stuff. So I know, let's legalize it. And I've been saying this for a while. It's about money. Look at what's going on in Colorado. They now have a mental health crisis. They got so many people who are suffering from mental health issues. They're running a budget deficit. They can't provide services for all these people. So where's the win-win? What's the benefit? Now, I know I've taken a lot of poo-poo on this. A lot of people commenting about, we want to have our marijuana. We want to be free to use it. Listen, I'm not telling you what to do. You can sit at home and drink all day. You can go buy kratom in the gas station and sit and use it all day. You can go use marijuana all day. Hey, knock yourself out, okay? But I come from a very different perspective, okay? Because we have spoken to thousands of families over the years. I had a consult last night from 7:30 till about 9 o'clock with a family in another state, because most of our clients are in different states, about a loved one, early 30s, adult male, right, has been using marijuana for quite a few years. He's living in a different universe. Okay, and now because the marijuana doesn't have quite the same effect, or maybe when he can't get a hold of marijuana, he's abusing other types of substances. Okay, so I come from a different perspective, okay, because I see what it does. I see what it does to the parents, the crying mother, the father that is frustrated beyond words. He doesn't know what to do. What can we do? It is destroying our family. Okay, the siblings just don't even want to be around it anymore. Okay, so it's not a matter of one person sitting there and just using. It's what it does to everybody else around. The denial, the chaos, the sleepless nights. That's where I come from. Okay, and that's why I put out these videos. And I was a child of the 80s, growing up in the United Kingdom. I had friends that used marijuana. And for the most part, they all wanted to have, went on to have very productive lives. Got married, had kids, the whole bit. Okay, but the marijuana of today is not the marijuana of the 80s. This stuff is dangerous. Okay, and I'm going to continue to say it. So that's my 2 cents. I'm sure I'll take a little flack. Well, I'm sure I'll take a lot of flack for this video, which is fine. I don't mind people commenting. I have no problem with you disagreeing with me. I want to hear what you have to say. Listen, convince me I'm wrong. I'm all ears. I'm open to having my mind changed, but do it respectfully. Because if you disrespect me or you disrespect other people posting, I'll remove your comment and I'll block you. That's not going to fly. Okay, this is about having respectful disagreement, respectful discourse. And if you're a family out there and you are dealing with a loved one who is using and you're seeing the consequences of that, and you're sick and tired of, well, being sick and tired, you've tried everything, and you want to have a conversation with us about what options may or may not be available, both legal and non-legal, and sometimes both, give us a call. We'd like to just, talk to you and tell you what we can do for you or not do for you. And if there's an issue going on in your family and I've not made a video about it, let me know. Post in the comments. I will make you a video. Because if it's affecting your family, I'm sure it's affecting somebody else's. And these videos that I make every day are about giving you the information that you need. So you can decide if you even want to talk to us. And with that said, if you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. They tell me it helps the algorithm. And we want these videos to get out to as many families as we can so we can help more people. And if you want more of this content that I put out every single day, please subscribe to the channel. And with that said, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.